Are we ready to rumble? Are you ready, kids?
I am, Captain.
I can't hear you. Holy shit, that was scary.
Oh, sorry.
It's very Chewbacca of you. Hello, everybody,
Hi.
and welcome
To Ghoul Society.
That's my little sister, Sara.
And that's my big sister, Jamie.
We are grateful to be recording on the unceded stolen territories of the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations and the Lekwungen and Wisanich peoples whose historical relations with the land continue to this day. As uninvited guests on this land, we are committed to disrupting racism and colonial violence within ourselves, our families, and our communities. By listening to this podcast, you've officially been inducted into the Ghoul Society. What's up?
What is up? I just realized that I need to... No, I need to add something to the beginning of my story because I
Aye, Captain.
forgot to add my land acknowledgement. So
Get that shit in there,
getting
girl.
that shit in there.
Getting that shit in there.
Let's take a look at the new and improved native-land.ca map.
Ooh, our favorite map.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Though it does confuse me sometimes, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, yes.
It's fine to be confused
It looks
in
so
this world. In this
pretty.
world. It's very pretty now. And I
It's
love how
very
it's like it has the
pretty.
connections between all the different nations and peoples.
Ooh, I like the cursor. It has dots that follow it around.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, amazing job, y'all, working over there.
Mm-hmm.
Not like they would ever hear this, but
No.
incredible job.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
I love it.
Yes.
We were just listening to Gordon Lightfoot.
Yep. If you know, you know from our last episode.
Ick Yick.
Ick Yick about
Ick Yick,
the
brother.
song. And you guys have better listen to it because it's a banger.
That's right. It is a banger.
Certified banger.
Certified banger. If you don't know, it's okay. It's just the song's called "The Wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald."
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. It's really good. Read the lyrics along with it, and you'll see that our research is bang, bang, banging straight on there, brother.
Mm-hmm.
We did it. We did it right, banging on there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Gordy does a great job too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were just talking about how like no one sings us their folk tales anymore.
Yeah, sing us your folk tales about like events.
Yeah,
You know?
that's right. Sing us your folk tales. Send us a voice recording of you singing your folk tales.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear it.
Mm-hmm. What else is up? It's cold again.
It's kind of cold, but all the cherry blossoms are out, the snowdrops are out, and the chamises are coming out as well.
Yeah, but I think they came out too soon because
it was warm.
it was warm and now it's getting colder again.
It's true. But everyone always says that they're too soon, but then they kind of always come around this time, mid-February.
Yeah.
Sometimes March. Listen,
Yeah.
I don't know. Over a longer period of time, is it too early? Yes. I do think it is too early.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, this year specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry. A little bit sleepy. I don't think it's extremely early. It does feel early, though. I don't know. The first cherry blossom I saw was, like, the first week of February. So,
yeah,
you know.
that's true.
It's pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. It's kind of a nice, cozy, rainy day today.
Yep.
I had a latte, which was really yummy.
Latte, nice.
Though, even though I've been getting more back into coffee, I'm also trying not to drink too much coffee, like, not every day. Because
so good.
it gives me heartburn.
Yeah.
And I just can't handle heartburn. It's way too intense for me.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Thanks. Anyway, well, okay. We're back, y'all. But to you, we didn't go anywhere. But to me, we're back. And I punched the wall and it really hurt my knuckle.
Oh my God, yesterday?
Bloody knuckles. Yeah.
Yesterday at work, I accidentally stapled my pinky. I was
into the flesh?
Yeah, like I was opening the stapler, and I guess my pinky was over one of the holes, and it, instead of opening, it accidentally clicked.
Oh, damn.
And then I was like, I was like, oh, I think I grazed my pinky with the thing. And then I looked, and it was like embedded in my fucking pinky.
So it didn't hurt that much, I guess.
No, it was like fully in my pinky. I pulled it out. It bled so much. Oh, like so much. I was like sitting there, and I just like wrapped a tissue paper around it, and I was like holding
you didn't have a Band-Aid?
I didn't need one.
Oh,
it stopped bleeding. But like it bled so much for a couple seconds, and then I held my hand a little bit above my heart, and it was fine.
Yeah, classic move.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
and now I wondered what it would feel like
actually
to staple myself.
It's like it's bruised and it hurts.
Ooh.
Like my pinky hurts, and you can see where the staple went in.
Yeah, that makes sense. I want to staple my leg.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Owie.
It's just an intrusive thought. You know, classic.
Fucking classic.
Classic intrusive thoughts, bro. All right, what you got for me today, girly pop?
Really sad story.
Oh, great.
Fuck, that was loud. Holy shit, that scared me. That's okay. Did you hear the ones last weekend last time with Montana?
Yeah, I did.
I thought we had a clapping one, but we don't.
We do. We just have to set it up.
Yeah.
Because we can only have 4 at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry for scaring everyone. Okay, tell me
just
your
loud in
sad
my
ass
ears.
story.
Okay, well, I'm just going to get right into it because it's about someone who's a piece of shit.
Okay.
So, known as the boozing barber, Gilbert Paul Jordan is thought to be responsible for murdering up to 10 women in Vancouver between 1965 and 1988.
Wow. Okay. Never heard of this name. How come I never hear about Canadian serial killers? I don't know.
And also, I just hate him. And also, he never really paid for taking any of those lives.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Born Gilbert Paul Elise on the traditional lands of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh nations, now Vancouver, in December of 1931 to Jack and Winifred Elsie, Gilbert was the youngest of 2 boys. When Gilbert was young, his parents divorced, and he and his brother actually spent most of their childhoods with their dad, though they visited their mom often. By the time he was 16, Gilbert had dropped out of school and had already begun drinking to the point of alcoholism.
Meaning, like, he's just drinking all the time?
Like, yeah, like
every day,
he drank, like,
long?
at least a bottle of vodka a day.
Oh, my
like a 2-6.
Oh, my Jesus Christ, that will kill you.
It didn't kill him.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, maybe it did. Anyway. Later during a trial, because, surprise, like I said, he killed people. So, later during his trial, he would be quoted as saying, quote, "Sober people wouldn't go out with me, so I didn't have much option. I didn't want to drink in a room all by myself," end quote. So that was his excuse for killing people, because he wanted to hang out with people and get drunk.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, so
what
anyway,
the actual hell?
From a young age, Gilbert would get drunk
confused.
and look for sex workers in downtown Vancouver to have sex, later claiming that he would have sex with over 200 women a year.
What?
So I think he was also a sex addict.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's like 1 every day and a half.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
I know. As an adult, Gilbert became a barber, like as per his name.
Like a Sweeney Todd vibe.
And would eventually own a barber shop in downtown Vancouver.
Okay.
Although other records said it was in Abbotsford, but I'm pretty sure it was like kind of around the downtown east side.
Not surprised.
Yeah. where he would actually bring some of his later victims.
Literally Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, kind of. Also, if anyone went to see Sweeney Todd in 2020, what was it, 2024?
That was the best
Victoria
show I've ever seen in my life.
It was actually like, I would pay to see that again. But it has to be the same actors. Like, it can't be different.
No, it has to be, like, I would go now. I would go right now.
Yeah, me too.
It was so good. I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was literally the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. So good.
It was so good.
Also, the singing
was so
actually
good.
incredible. Because then later I listened to like the recorded one from like New York or something, and not as good.
Okay,
literally not as good.
I was like, New York.
Wait a second. I think it's New York. I actually don't remember. But like wherever they did like the official
probably
production.
On Broadway.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So New York. Yeah. Anyway, it was. Ours was better. They're better singers.
So good.
Way better.
They were so good. I think about it probably at least
once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Anyway. Back to this fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. By the time he was 21, Gilbert was well known to the police and had a lengthy record of theft, including car theft, and he also had a record of assault and drug possession. 5 years later, in 1961, the police pulled him over one night and actually found a 5-year-old girl in the car with him.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Ew, why?
I don't know. I literally don't know.
What the fuck?
He was charged with abduction, but he was never convicted because the case ended in a stay of proceedings in May of 1961.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I know.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Later in December of 1961, Gilbert threatened suicide by getting on the ledge of the Lionsgate Bridge, and this completely stopped traffic.
Wow. People do that often, actually, on that bridge.
Yeah, they, like, had to close the bridge down, and then he just stepped down off the edge.
Too bad. Sorry.
Kind of.
Sorry. Listen, okay, look, before we get too deep into it, I'm not trying to be an asshole bitch about this guy. That really sucks. It sounds like his life was really fucking sad and really fucking hard.
Yeah.
And, like, would I ever, like, condone suicide for anyone, obviously. But also, if you are this man and you have killed multiple people, then, like, maybe you don't actually deserve to live.
He hasn't killed anyone at this point.
Okay, so at this point, okay, I take it back. I take back what I said, okay? And I say, okay, I'm sorry, and I'm glad that you didn't jump off the bridge. But
he did abduct a child, though.
You abducted a child, and also then you went on to kill 10 people.
Yeah.
So
how did that escalate from there to there?
Yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry, just had to say my piece. Sometimes I get passionately invigorated by these cases.
Yeah. I'm not really sure if anything came of this because you know how sometimes, well, I don't know, no one checked in on him or anything after he tried to commit suicide, and
that's not good.
Like they had to close the bridge down. This was a big thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't see if anything happened after that.
Maybe someone should have, like, checked on him.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah. But he, at some point, like, immediately after this, he was in court for something. I don't know if he was in court for that or, like, I don't know. But anyway, so he's in court shortly after he thinks about attempting suicide. And then he was found in contempt of court for doing a Nazi salute in the fucking courtroom.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Obviously some mental health things going on here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then, in 1963, he lured 2 women into his car with the invitation of free drinks. And later that night, he was charged with rape and theft. However, he was only convicted of theft.
Okay.
Because...
the 1960s of it all?
1960s. And no one believes women.
Yeah.
Eye roll. So you're probably wondering how Gilbert got all of this money to drink so much every day, because he was drinking like at least a 2-6 of vodka every fucking day.
Yeah. Sorry, question though. Like, what did it say anything about his childhood being like bad or good or?
No, he just lived with his dad. He split time between his parents, but he just dropped out because he became an alcoholic.
Okay. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything about...
Obviously, there's some kind of trauma or something going on.
Yeah. I don't know if, like, maybe his parents were alcoholics. I don't know if, like, he was abused as a child.
Traumatized by the divorce.
Traumatized. Something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so, you know... alcohol's expensive, and like I said, he had a barbershop, and you know, his barbershop made bank.
Oh.
Because in some articles that I read, they noted that he was quite wealthy. And obviously he'd only go there for a bit, like go to work, I guess, for a bit, but most of the time he's drinking most of the day.
He's probably drinking at work too, though.
Probably. And he owns the barbershop, so it's like...
it's fine.
Passive income, I guess? I don't know.
I guess. Oh, maybe he has barbers working there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was a little bit odd, because it's like he is spending most of his time not at work. So it's like, how do you have all this money?
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, credit cards weren't really a thing.
Yeah.
Like, they were brand new.
Right.
Anyway, 1965 was the year that Gilbert began his rampage throughout the city of Vancouver, taking the lives of women who either wanted to have a fun night and have some drinks, or they needed money, because a lot of them were sex workers, but not all of them. One night, Gilbert brought a woman named Ivy Rose Oswald along with him to multiple bars and eventually to a hotel room for the night. However, Ivy didn't live to see the next day. Her nude body was found by the hotel cleaners, and it was later stated that her blood alcohol level was 0.51.
Holy shit.
For reference, the legal limit in Canada is 0.05. And an average...
that's like one drink, right?
Yeah. And an average person will typically black out around 0.20%.
Oh.
And death can occur around 0.3 to 0.4%.
Oh my god.
And hers was 0.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
With this in mind, Ivy's death was considered an accident. Although Gilbert would later confess to killing her some 20 years after her death.
Okay.
A few days after Ivy's murder, likely to get out of the police's line of sight, Gilbert applied to legally change his name to Jordan. So back then, you didn't need a criminal record check to legally change your name. You could just do whatever the fuck you wanted and change your name.
Okay.
So he just wanted to go by Jordan. So he changed his name to Jordan. Okay. But I'm still going to call him Gilbert.
Okay.
Even though he never went by Gilbert.
Okay. Fair.
And so the murder of Ivy only exacerbated Gilbert's alcoholism, because within the span of 5 years, he was charged with so many crimes that were kind of linked to his... like, he was drunk all the time, and then he would just commit felonies.
Right.
Or, like, crimes.
Yeah.
And so within the span of 5 years, the Crown was like, you should be declared a dangerous offender.
Yeah.
In our society.
Yeah. Fair.
But that didn't happen.
Okay.
Because his lawyer was like, no.
Why, he's fine?
Yeah. And then they were like, okay. I don't really know how that worked. but he got out of it. And then now we kind of start, like I said, in 1965 is when everything started happening in rapid succession.
Mm-hmm.
In 1969, he was charged with drunk driving twice within the same day.
Okay.
And then within the next few years, he would be charged with committing indecent acts in public, like multiple times, and they were all dismissed.
This man just needs some fucking help.
Yeah, so between...
But I guess you can't help someone if they don't want to help themselves.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah.
So from like 1971 to 1974, he was convicted of indecent public exposure on multiple occasions.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 74, he was convicted of indecent assault, and he was sentenced to jail for 2 years.
Mm.
And it was this conviction that would cause the overt concern to declare him a dangerous offender, but his lawyer was like, nope.
That's so
denied.
Weird. That's so weird.
I know.
Okay.
I don't understand how it works at all.
How just one person can kind of overturn it. Be like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Strange.
In 1976, Gilbert was psychologically examined by a man named Dr. Bezretti, who diagnosed Gilbert as having antisocial personality disorder, who, in Dr. Bezretti's own words, is, quote, a person whose conduct is maladjusted in terms of social behavior, disregard for the rights of others, which often results in unlawful activities.
Right.
The APA, or American Psychiatric Association, notes that people with antisocial personality disorder, quote, may repeatedly disregard or violate the rights of others, may lie, deceive, or manipulate others, act impulsive, or disregard theirs or others' safety, end quote. They may have problems with drug or alcohol abuse, may violate the law, and typically show no remorse or guilt, end quote. However, this disorder is hugely misunderstood by the general public and society. While what I quoted is noted by the APA and is within the Diagnostic Manual, or the DSM-5, many people with antisocial personality disorder live largely average lives, and having this diagnosis of ASPD doesn't mean that they're a serial killer or that they want to hurt someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's really important to talk about how influential our society is in terms of psychological disorders and diagnoses, especially as a true crime podcast. And we like the spooky things. But the horror genre is full of killers with sociopathy or other mood disorders that, quote unquote, cause them to kill the main character.
Right.
Like in Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Like he escapes an asylum.
Right.
You know, that trope.
Yeah, and we don't need to like villainize and monsterize people who have mental health disorders.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just like, yeah, that does not make you a bad person or a monster or a serial killer or anything like that, and it does not make you dangerous. It's the same as how when like people on the autism spectrum are often considered or thought to be like violent a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just not true. It's like, yes, they may like act out in certain ways or spontaneous ways or like move their body quickly, but it doesn't mean that they're trying to be violent at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, that's really important to think about especially when we're talking about people who've killed other people who happen to have mental health problems. It's like there's like that's just one tiny minuscule piece of the puzzle to what has brought them to do these things.
Yeah.
Like, Gilbert had no regard for humanity. He didn't give a fuck who you were. He's just like, I'm gonna kill you if I want to, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that everybody who doesn't necessarily care for other people would do that.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
yeah. So anyway, he was diagnosed with something, and then no one tried to help him because it's the fucking 70s.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem with it too, is like it's actually just a failure of society.
Yeah.
And a failure of like community and citizens and people just trying to, people needing to be like, hey, like, you need help, let's help you.
Yeah.
But again, I will say, like, if you also are someone that's like, no, I don't need help, fuck you.
Yeah.
Then you can't really force someone. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah.
You can't force someone into like help. Though I wonder if we should be able to.
Yeah.
That's a controversial hot debate, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So if we fast forward into July of 1982 and June of 1985, this is when 3 women died at Gilbert's barbershop. Oh, which was on Kingsway Avenue. Where's that?
Oh, yeah, okay. It's like one of the main kind of roads in Vancouver.
Oh, yeah.
Going out from like downtown. It like goes diagonally kind of through the city.
Okay. So, yeah. I don't know, maybe, yeah. So that's where his barbershop was, somewhere on Kingsway. So Gilbert actually reported all 3 of these deaths between 1982 and 1985 that happened at his own barbershop.
Okay. What did he say?
Well, his lawyer told him to report them.
Yeah, but what did he say? How did they die?
Oh, it was an accident due to alcohol poisoning.
Oh, I see.
And he escaped investigation because they were ruled as accidental death by alcohol poisoning.
Okay.
What's more...
That's weird. I feel like you should still investigate it.
Yes, but these women were Indigenous. They were also sex workers. And they also were said to have been alcoholics.
Right, so then...
So they had dependency on alcohol. And so they were seen as nobodies to police. Police didn't care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what Sarah's saying. What Sarah's saying, Sarah's not saying it doesn't care because of those things.
The
Sarah's
police
saying that
didn't
the police
care.
are like, we don't treat Indigenous women like regular people.
Yeah.
They are like nothing, which is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, so for these poor women, because of their background and what they did and their dependency on alcohol,
which again is all linked to colonial violence,
the police were just like, oh yeah, alcohol poisoning, that makes sense.
Wow.
These women's names were Mary Johns, who died in July of 1982, Patricia Thomas, who died, and when I say died, Gilbert murdered them.
Yeah.
In December of 1984, and Patricia Andrew, who died in June of 1985. All 3 of these women's blood alcohol levels were over 0.40%.
That's crazy. That's so
Again,
crazy.
Over the percentage that is known to cause people to go into comas or cause death.
That means that once they're blacked out, he's still pouring alcohol down their throats.
That's exactly how he kills them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Gilbert is also linked to having murdered Mary Johnson in November of 1980 at a hotel, Barbara Paul in September of 1981 at a hotel, and Vera Harry in November of 1986 also at a hotel. While it makes no difference whatsoever, Vera Harry's blood alcohol level was the lowest out of all of his victims, and hers was 0.04%, which is below the legal limit.
Interesting.
So I think he strangled Vera.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. And while I was researching the victims that I noted above, I only came across one news article that was victim-centric.
Wow.
And it was about Mary Johns, who was found dead in Gilbert's barbershop. Mary was 29 years old when her nude body was found inside of the barbershop, and she was found face down on a foam mattress. Tracy Camarelli, who would have been Mary's niece, I believe, spoke out in 2017 at the National Inquiry looking into missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls in Whitehorse, saying that Gilbert, quote, never answered for Mary's death, end quote.
Yeah.
Mary's sister-in-law, Frances Newman, shared evidence at the inquiry, including photos of Mary. She recalled Mary as being, quote, so full of life, and she had a laugh that was infectious, end quote. Frances said that Mary had lost her way, unfortunately, when her second child died of crib death, otherwise known as sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. And Frances and other family members looked for Mary on the streets of Vancouver for years because they didn't know where she had gone.
So sad.
Until 1988, when Frances found out that Mary had been murdered in 1982.
Oh, fuck.
So
That's
her
so
family
sad.
didn't know that she had been murdered.
No one fucking notified them.
No, Mary's sister-in-law was reading a news article.
That's horrible.
In 1988.
Holy shit, that's so horrible.
And I think the only reason that it was in that news article was because that's when Gilbert's trial was in 88.
Dude, the fucking, like, Vancouver police and RCMP and, I don't know, like, Canadian government have so much to fucking answer for.
Yeah.
So goddamn much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because how many other hundreds of stories
are like
this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mary's eldest son, because she had 3 kids, I think. Yeah. But her eldest son lived with his grandmother until the grandmother died when he was 14. And unfortunately, Mary's son ended up on Vancouver's downtown east side as a member of the community when he was looking for information about his mother's death. And he unfortunately died when he was 22 in 1994 due to an overdose.
Wow.
Mary,
so much tragedy.
Yeah. Oh, and as I said, Mary Johns had a 3rd child, but unfortunately the family doesn't know where this child is because they're within the child care system. And they've never been able to find them. But I hope that they've made some headway in finding him because they're trying to reconnect with him. And hopefully they're able to do that. So, but that was the only news article that I found that was victim-centric. And I found that when I was almost done writing this, like, researching this story. None of the other, I, like, searched the other women's names in Google. I looked through, like, 5 pages of Google. I couldn't find any news articles about them other than their names being mentioned on, like Murderpedia.
Right.
And Wikipedia.
Right. Not actually things about them.
No, not at all. In October of 1987 now, Gilbert spent the night in a hotel with a woman named Vanessa Lee Buckner. According to later testimony, he left the hotel multiple times to buy more alcohol, but at 6 a.m. he left and never returned. At 7:40, the police received an anonymous phone call that there was a dead woman in the Niagara Hotel, and that's where he was with Vanessa that night.
Wow.
When the police arrived at the scene, they found Vanessa's naked body in the hotel room that she had shared with Gilbert. During her autopsy, the coroner found that Vanessa's blood alcohol content was 0.9.
What the fuck?
Her cause of death was the result of Gilbert supplying a lethal amount of liquor to her.
Yeah.
And
I just don't understand actually how, though, because, like, you would be passed out So you wouldn't be able to swallow. So, like, how? Well, I guess it would still trickle down your throat.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you just choke?
Yeah, but okay, I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
And Vanessa had actually sadly just lost custody of her newborn baby at this time, as her baby had been reportedly born with a drug dependency. And so I think she had just lost her way. And she fit Gilbert's victim profile of women who were usually experiencing addiction to drugs or alcohol, and often sex workers. He saw them as the lowest of society and thought no one would miss them, so he thought killing them would be okay, apparently.
Classic.
About a month after Vanessa's murder, another woman was found dead in a hotel. Her name was Edna Shade, and within the hotel room, police were able to pick up fingerprints that belonged to Gilbert. And they linked these fingerprints to the fingerprints found at the hotel where Vanessa was found.
Okay, that's good.
So, finally.
Yeah, finally.
After years of the highest disregard for women's lives, Gilbert was questioned and put under surveillance by Vancouver PD for about a month.
Okay.
Although someone said it was also like 10 days, so who knows how long they surveyed him for.
And then what?
So while he was under surveillance, the police watched as Gilbert searched for Indigenous women to pick up on the downtown east side of Vancouver. On 4 occasions, the police would rescue women who Gilbert had brought to hotel rooms before he could kill them.
Holy shit.
According to court records...
Well, at least they did that, I guess.
The police would listen outside of the hotel rooms, and Gilbert would say things like, quote, "Have a drink, $20 if you drink it down, finish that drink, hurry right now, I'll give you $50 if you can take it, I'll give you $10, $20, $50, whatever you want," end quote.
Ew. That's so gross. That makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Yeah. Wait, I just don't understand. So they're just like listening in, but they're not actually really doing it. I mean, they're saving the women.
Yeah, so I don't know if like they would like go in when he would leave. I don't know how this worked.
And why don't they just arrest him under nefarious shit?
So they did arrest him finally.
Okay, good. Yeah, but it took 4 women.
Yeah, I don't
and
really...
other dead women too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, surely they had enough circumstantial evidence, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
I'd say.
By, like, the first victim that they rescued,
yeah.
Maybe. And so he was finally arrested one night when the police knocked down the door of a hotel room where Gilbert was forcing a bottle of liquor down a woman's throat. Disgusting. While she was laying on the bed.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you're probably, like you said, you're like, what the fuck? And, you know, during the 60s and the 70s, when Gilbert kind of first started murdering women, the Vancouver PD treated each death as an isolated incident of alcohol poisoning.
Okay.
And, yeah, so these women, like I said, they were often sex workers, or they lived on the downtown east side. They were also found in different locations, and there wasn't really a shared pattern other than alcohol poisoning.
Right.
So the police were just like, I don't know.
Right.
Dead person due to alcohol.
Yeah.
And so due to the sexism and racism of it all, the police force wouldn't allocate a lot of resources on these women's deaths. Mm-hmm. So this caused limited interviews and limited forensics to occur across the cases. Mm. By the late 1970s, there were still little connections between Gilbert's victims, especially with no centralized police database. Mm. And it wasn't until the 80s through forensic reviews that Gilbert was then retroactively tied to the deaths that he was responsible for.
Wow. So
they're like, oh, this guy, he's been killing all these women.
Yeah.
For
I'm still a little confused, though, about, like, how the body actually gets The alcohol. Are you going to go more into that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Gilbert Paul Jordan was finally brought to a trial in 1988 for the murder of Vanessa Buckner. He was tried before a judge alone and was found guilty of manslaughter.
Okay.
He was sentenced to 15 years, but this was reduced to 9 years after an appeal was approved. And after his trial, as you might expect, it was discovered that he was responsible for the deaths of 10 women. He killed them all the same way, by forcing abhorrent amounts of alcohol down their throats. So once his victims were unconscious from the amount of alcohol he would tell them to drink, because he said he would pay them, and that's why they were drinking.
Yeah.
He would keep their mouths open and shove the bottles of liquor into their mouths, causing death.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So essentially what happens is that once you have enough alcohol in your system and your blood alcohol level is around like a blackout range of like 0.2, because 0.3 is like you're going to go into a coma.
Yeah.
You don't have a gag reflex anymore.
Huh. Interesting.
It just like your body just
Relax is like
you're unconscious.
off.
You don't have
right.
any of these reflexes.
Yeah.
And so he would just like put the bottle
Blech.
like
Gross.
Yeah.
I understand.
And so the alcohol would just go into their stomachs.
That's so gross.
Essentially.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. Once his victims were dead, Gilbert would arrange the room to make it look like they drank themselves to death.
Okay.
Making it look like an accident. So that's why they were listed as an accident, because he would stage the scene.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, like other violent offenders, he only served 6 years of his sentence and was released on probation on Vancouver Island in 1994. And why is it that they're sent here all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not the only person that is sent here.
Yeah. We were talking about that
to serve
the other
out
day.
his probation.
Yeah. Where? At Wilkinson?
No, like...
Just just in the public.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're on probation. Go to Vancouver Island.
I guess, actually, it kind of makes sense, because then, like...
Because we have
can't
Wilkinson?
leave.
I guess.
No, like, not because of Wilkinson, but because, like, if they try to take a ferry somewhere, they wouldn't be able to. And if they try to take a plane, they wouldn't be able to.
I guess.
Probably. Well, I guess the ferry doesn't ask for your name.
No.
But maybe they have, like, pictures of people that aren't allowed to leave.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's
but anyway, it's
question.
just like a common
thing.
Thread among violent criminals in Canada.
Yeah. So weird. So wait, he didn't serve any jail time?
He served 6 years.
Okay.
Because, as we know, you can serve, 3/4? You don't have to serve your full sentence. You can serve 3/4 and then apply for parole. Anyway, so he's on probation, and these were the terms of his probation. Abstain from the consumption of alcohol, not be in the company of any woman. How the fuck? Like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Or he wasn't allowed to be in a place where alcohol was being possessed or consumed by people. These terms, along with his description and a lengthy warning about his violent past, was issued by Saanich PD in February of 2005 because he decided to scoot on down to Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
And while he was on probation, he was charged with sexual assault, negligence causing bodily harm, and administering a noxious substance, aka alcohol, in June of 2000.
Okay.
So he breaks his parole after 6 years.
Okay.
His probation, he broke it.
Mm-hmm.
After this, because I guess the arrest ended in a stay of conviction, he again applied to legally change his name to Paul Pierce.
Okay. And what did they say? No? No,
well,
sir.
Actually,
oh my God.
You still didn't need a criminal background check in 2000 to change your fucking name.
Okay.
But someone in the government was like, hey, that guy is a felon.
Yeah.
He can't change his name. And the RCMP were contacted. And it was a loophole, essentially. And the loophole was this. Violent offenders would just change their name, and then no one would know.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's my thoughts with it. Okay. Let's say if you stole a car, had drugs on you, maybe did that kind of stuff. Random theft stuff.
Yeah.
You serve your sentence. Now you're a felon, but you're going to change your life around. You want to change your name.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing. It's not black and white. You kill a bunch of people and you want to change your name?
No.
I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
And I don't know if there is a distinction between those two things, because you're either a felon or you're not a felon.
Yeah. I think that if you want to change your name, I think if you've murdered someone, like first-degree murder, I don't think you should be allowed to change your name.
Or assaulted.
I think if you've done, like, theft, be it, like, car theft or something, or just, like, breaking and entering, maybe, it should be, like, you have to be a law-abiding citizen for, like, 10 years.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Like a time frame.
5 years, maybe.
Be like, hey, I've turned my life around.
Yeah.
And here's the proof. I've been a law-abiding citizen for the past 5-10 years.
Yeah.
And then you should be like, okay, you can change your name.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So this loophole ended around 2001 or 2002. When it became required for people to go through a criminal background check, and you have to provide your fingerprints when you change your name.
Got it.
Yeah. So that they can tie you to your previous name if you commit a crime.
Yeah.
So that was fucked up. In 2002, Gilbert would be arrested for the second time after his release when he was found drinking in the presence of a woman who was in possession of alcohol, breaking all three clauses of his probation. He was brought to court, found guilty, and sentenced to 15 measly months in jail.
Okay.
Followed by another 3 years of probation.
Wow.
2 years later, in 2004, he was visiting Winnipeg. I don't know how he got there, but he was there. And was arrested after violating his probation at a hotel. He was in the presence of a woman named Barb Berkeley, who lived in the hotel where Gilbert was staying. The two were reportedly binge drinking together, and someone who had seen them together must have recognized Gilbert because it was brought to the local police's attention when a hotel employee and friend of Barb found her in a scary state of intoxication and brought her to the hospital.
Oh, good.
Gilbert was acquitted in 2005 of violating his probation.
That's really scary and fucked up.
I think Barb was okay. Anyway, the police are like, you violated your probation. That's it.
Like, Barb was okay, but he tried to kill her.
Yeah, but then he was acquitted, so what the fuck?
Okay.
After this trip, he went back to Victoria, where he was in and out of jail for parole violations until his death in 2006.
Wow.
And the cause of his death was actually long-term chronic alcoholism.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Why did you tell me this terrible story?
Also, he was a source of many of inspiration for television shows, including Exhibit A, Secrets of Forensic Science, which dived into the forensic work used to convict him in 1988. I couldn't find any articles about this forensic work, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, he wasn't even really barely convicted.
I think it was just fingerprinting. I don't know, it's the 80s.
Okay, yeah.
Fingerprints are cool.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
My fingerprints are somewhere. I mean, like, at the Calgary police station.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because when I was a kid, me and Mom were downtown somewhere, and they had, like, a fingerprint station set up.
Oh, I was like, did you go to jail and I don't know about what's happening?
Yeah, when I was 5.
Oh.
She made me get my fingerprints printed. I remember.
You just went to the police station and got your fingerprints done?
They had like a booth set up.
They had like an open
outside.
house? Oh.
Yeah. I remember exactly where it is. Like, I can visualize it so intensely, and I remember doing it. And I think Mom did it so that, like, if I ever got, like, lost or kidnapped or something, then they could...
Oh.
I don't know.
But they fingerprint you when you're a baby.
Yeah, but it changes a little bit, I think. I mean, it doesn't...
Well, it just gets bigger.
Yeah. And sometimes baby fingerprints are so small, it's hard to see.
They're so little.
They're just little. They're so literally tiny. Like, what? How are you going to compare a baby fingerprint to an adult fingerprint? It's literally nothing.
I don't know.
Yeah. I just remember that really intensely.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, a dramatized play called The Unnatural and Accidental Women was performed in Toronto. What? This play focused on the stories of the victims of Gilbert in an attempt to address the failures of the media to focus on the victims. In this play stirs a lot of conflict within me because while I understand the notion and agree that there is no information, like I said, on the victims, I'm not sure a play was the right thing to do to bring it to people's attention.
Yeah, because the name of the play is kind of terrible.
Yeah, and also why would
Sounds kind of victim-blamey and gross.
Yeah. So I hate it.
I'd have to watch it.
Yeah.
To really know.
Well, it was performed in Toronto, so I don't know. I don't think it's online. Maybe it is.
Okay.
Yeah, the only article for any victim I found was Mary John's family. And the article I found by her is from the CBC. And it was written in 2017. So that's...
Yeah.
Even, like, that's such a
small amount.
Well, it's a small amount, and that's such a big gap in time from when she was murdered to him being convicted and, like, being tied to murdering her. Mm-hmm. And then her story was only told in 2017.
I feel like I heard about her and that story and that whole situation in the book that I read over the summer. What is it called?
Highway of Tears?
Yeah. I feel like they mention it because they talk about that.
The inquiry?
Yeah. And they talk about, like, everyone going there to the inquiry and that it was, like, a bunch of people were there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm getting it confused with another woman, but I feel like
her name did sound a little bit familiar to me as well.
Actually, all the names did.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. Because
they were names too,
because these women would have been considered, like, if, like, with Mary John's family, if their families weren't notified that they were murdered, they would have been considered missing for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Until it was like, oh, actually they were murdered in 1988 and we knew about it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry to bum everybody out, but that's Gilbert Paul Jordan.
Wow.
That asshole barber of Vancouver.
Well, that was maybe up there with the saddest of stories that you shared. I mean, it's really good to get it out there and to let people know and to talk about it and to keep these women's stories alive. And I wish that we just had more information on them.
I do too. I really
wish we were able to, like, bring them home. Yeah,
I really wanted to share their lives because they were more than these women that just, like, these victims that he had murdered.
Yeah, and more than, like, sex workers and more than alcoholics. Like, it's just, like, you're put in a shitty position. You have intense familial trauma. Yeah. And residential school trauma and the 60 scoop trauma and just the fucking trauma of colonization. And then you're in this position where you're just trying to survive. And then you get so taken advantage of and you get killed.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
And then the only thing you're tied to then is this asshole who took your life.
Yeah.
Because he decided to kill a bunch of other women as well. And so we know his name and his story.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's a white man.
Yeah. Of course he is a white man.
Also, he was so fucking ugly. So at least there's that.
Yeah.
He looked really gross and creepy.
Yeah, probably also because he drank so much alcohol, like...
Yeah, like all the time.
Ugh, so bad. So bad. Well, listen, kids, don't do drugs. Don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Or do it responsibly.
Yeah, you know, like, just have fun, but...
Be careful. Be safe.
Have fun, be safe.
Take care
That's what's
of
important.
each other. Take care of your family.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Do what you can.
And also remember that there are good things happening in life, too.
Oh, I was going to say, and a cab.
Oh, and take a cab.
And a cab. And yes, there is good things in life happening, too.
Yeah, like, did you see that... I forget where in the world, but there's a leopard population that's growing.
Beautiful. I love that.
That was pretty cool. I was like, wow.
Really cool.
Yeah, because I was on Instagram and everything's all sad and the world sucks. And then there's this one page that I follow,
like good
and
news
it's like,
or something.
Here's some good news around the world.
Yeah.
Or there's also this person who covers good dogs.
Aww.
Every week.
It's really sweet.
It's like, these are what the good dogs have been up to this week, and they're so good.
It's very sweet.
They're just so good.
Also, just so everyone knows, well, like, we don't make any money on the podcast at all at this point in time. If we ever do, I would love to donate X amount of money to different groups and services and foundations.
Yeah.
And, like... the Missing Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls Foundation. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but that would be definitely at the top of our list.
Yes, for sure.
But yeah, like, we don't make anything.
No. Also,
when we're rich, don't worry, the money is coming.
Also, our mom has always said that, well, not maybe, I don't know exactly what she's done, but she's always just been like, there's been instances where we haven't had a lot, but we still give because there's someone out there that has less than we do.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I've always thought, like, live by that.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, give to your community, and your community will give back.
Yeah, give in the ways that you can. Sometimes that's financial, sometimes it's feeding people, sometimes it's checking in on people.
Sometimes it's donating clothes to shelters. Because we did that.
Yeah.
With you can drop, like, I know here in Victoria, you can drop off clothes and usually preserved or like canned food to the shelters at any time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. And you don't there's no like drop boxes. But you can either bring them to the shelters directly, or you can bring them to the shelters like corporate office downtown.
See. Yeah.
You could probably find it on their websites, but
cool.
Yeah, I know that.
That's good to know.
Yeah, if you can't financially give, but if you're, I don't know, like going through your clothes or like going through your stuff, you can always give that other than throwing it away and it being in the landfill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we hope that you keep listening, and we will see you next time. But before we go, if you have any questions, comments, critiques, or concerns, you can email us at
ghoulsocietypod@gmail.com.
You can follow us on Instagram at
ghoulsocietypod.
And you can follow us on TikTok as well at
ghoul.societypod.
You can find all of the episodes notes and resources and trigger warnings in each episode's description.
Yeah, you can.
The reason that Sarah's laughing is because I always struggle to say this part. I don't know. I need to find a better way, but you know what? It's
Maybe
fine.
you need to type it out.
Maybe I need to type it out. Whatever. I like it. It's funny. And we will see you next time.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, fuck, bro.
Ow!
Oh my
Ow,
god, dude.
No,
Jamie has anger problems.
That really hurt.
Are you okay?
Could you hear it on the
Yes.
Put that in the bloopers.